Doing one-on-one classes with my students, I noticed something very interesting. The problem with the majority of them wasn't about the techniques they used or the mixing and the mastering stuff. I was shocked when I discovered it, but the majority of the issues were the mental. What I mean by mental, I mean the psychology and the limiting beliefs that my students have. They always thought that the gear is the problem. So for example, I don't have the latest analog pedal or guitar pedal. That's why I cannot do cool samples or cool melodies. Another thing, oh, I don't have the latest VST and the latest plugin. That's why I think that producer uses that plugin, and that's why he sounds that good. Or I'm not so advanced yet. I don't know what should I put in here. Should I need to put a guitar or a piano or whatever? And I realized after a lot of sessions with my students that that's not the issue. The issue is they overthink. For me, I would put a sign in front of my studio like stop overthinking, because overthinking will destroy you. Overthinking will make you frustrated. Overthinking will make you unhappy in every aspect of your life, not only in music production or creative stuff. So you gotta stop overthinking. Just go with the flow. I know you heard this before all and over again, but the main issue is that when you are starting to create, don't think logically. That's why, in my opinion, the best sounding music, the best sounding art is when you go with the flow, when you don't overthink. Oh, what 2 kilohertz I have to cut in here, or I have to do a low cut, or I have to do this and that. No, that's not the issue. You can do great music with stock plugins. You can do great music with stock elements. You don't need the latest sample pack. You don't need the latest VST or plugin or whatever. Yes, you do need the techniques. You do need to put in the work to exercise. Let's take a comparison, for example. Maybe a lot of you are going to the gym, right? And you say, oh my God, I cannot go to this gym. It's not well equipped. Like, I need that Smith machine, or I need that hammer curl machine with the... No, bro, no. When you are a beginner or an intermediate, you just need to go with the basic compound lifts. Just watch any YouTube videos, of course, and see and do like 6 months basic compound movements, bro. You don't need any equipment. You don't need any protein, like weird beef, vegan protein or whatever. You just need to go to the gym, follow a routine, do the basic movements. So let's get back to music production. So I feel like because I had the same issue and I was getting frustrated. I stayed over, like when I quit drumming, like in the band, I was doing like 12 hours of music production daily. I got a hernia because of that. By the way, don't do this. Every 45 minutes, get up and take a walk. And I'm telling you, I was getting more frustrated. I tried to implement a lot of new techniques, to discover new techniques that in the end sounded super dope. But I wouldn't discover those techniques without putting in the work. You know what I mean? I did this mistake by buying a lot of gear, buying a lot of VST plugins, and I didn't know why my music sounded even worse. And I was getting more frustrated, more frustrated, more frustrated. And after a while, I discovered that, I did better melodies with stock stuff. What the fuck? And I was like, what is going on? So the answer I give, so I was, you know what? Let me tell you this. There's a saying on the internet that says that Thomas Edison found out like 99 times how not to discover the light bulb or the electricity. I don't know. I didn't do my homework before this video. Just Google up. But you get the idea. So, in order for me to get to this conclusion, I had to go on the wrong path. Buying gear, analog gear, buying a lot of samples and VSTs and stuff like that, to find out that just pushing a stop button on my overthinking mode in my brain and going with the flow with the stock, just to understand what does this knob do, what is my intention with this vibe, and so on and so forth. I discovered myself. I discovered my own sound. I discovered my own techniques. Because unfortunately, a lot of beginners, they copy, and a lot of the times they don't copy very well. And their more frustrating thing is they don't discover their own trademark sound. How can you discover that sound if you don't discover yourself? Like, discover how you think, like discover how you manage in different type of situation. Like, you want to do a dark melody, you want to do a vintage melody. What's your intention with that, right? I know a lot of guys that are great musicians. They know music theory, but they don't know how to produce. They don't know how to explore their creativity, their artistry within themselves, because they overthink. And a lot of them are very, very talented, but they get stuck on overthinking. So this is my conclusion. And this is why I made this video. I hope it makes sense, because I want you to do this exercise. In the next session, when you're going to do a sample or a music production or a beat or whatever, just put a stopwatch. Set it up on 10 minutes and do whatever you need to do in those 10 minutes. Do 5 samples a week, or do 10 samples a week, whatever the time frame you got, free time you have if you work or whatever. Right after work, you can come home, put a stopwatch, stop overthinking. Okay, grab a MIDI, reverse it. You saw a lot of my videos how I do this type of stuff. Discover your own stuff. Discover other YouTubers' techniques or whatever. But you have 10 minutes to finish that sample, or 10 minutes to finish a basic beat idea. That's if you have a time stop or a stopwatch, or how is it called, you are obligated not to overthink, right? You go with the flow, you choose just type in whatever plugin or whatever stock or whatever your favorite one, and just go with the flow. Da 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 da. And try this for 1 month. 10 minutes a day. You don't have excuses. And see what you can come up with. I bet you that a lot of times it will sound like shit, but the intention of this exercise is to stop overthinking, is to discover your inner self without the judgment, without your own judgment. Because unfortunately, a lot of us, they hate our right. So we hate our own voice when we record it. We hate our own beats. We are afraid to show them. We are like emotional when you want to show your friends or parents or whatever. So this is why I want you to do this exercise. Stop copying, stop whatever. Just put a time watch or stopwatch and do whatever the fuck you want to do. And let me know in the comments. Come back and say in the comments right now, I'm gonna do this next week. I'm gonna do this week. And then come back to the comment section and tell me your results. Just do this for fun and you will be amazed. And by the way, one-on-one classes still available. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. If you have any questions, just hit me up. I'm here to help. See you guys. Peace.